So today we are going to play Battletech. This video is intended for some of my Battletech nerd friends who are a little bit on the fence on if they want to get this or not, so I figured I'd help them out and make a little video for them. We're going to do a day in the life of Gumby's Irregulars, which is the name of my little mercenary company. So let's load it up. Loading times on this game are a little bit long. That's even with an SSD drive and a pretty decent gaming computer here, so we'll see how she goes. You get little handy tips up in the upper left there from time to time. So, there is our ship, the Argus. Argo. I said Argus? Weird. Each of these sections on the side here lets you do different things with regards to your mercenary company. We'll get to that here in a minute. Here's my finances. You have to pay your finances, your operating costs every month. That's kind of a bummer, but if you're making decent money as a merc, you won't have any trouble making that. These numbers are related to the technical capabilities of my crew. This is the morale of the crew. I try to keep that pretty high. Over here we have the timeline, and normally you'll see that full of things that are happening in a particular number of days. Currently we're orbiting Trilon, I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're orbiting. And you can go in here and they have a store where you can buy stuff on each planet. Weapons, equipment, mechs, nothing for sale there as far as mechs goes. And then they also have the hiring hall, which lets you pick up new dudes for your crew, which is important because they're kind of squishy. Over in the command center, that's where we work out contracts, and we can talk to our intel officer Darius if we needed to. And in the barracks, that's where you have your roster of mech warriors. I've been playing a while, so my guys are pretty skilled. You can see me there. I've got all my skill tree maxed out. In the skill tree, there's different abilities. Like personally, I have Bulwark, for example, and multi-target, and breaching shot, all of which are really handy. My second-hand guy, my next best guy, has the same things. You can see this one has sensor lock, which is also pretty handy. But they all have different skills that they can develop as you get them moving along. Over in the mech bay, that's Yang. You can talk to Yang. He's the chief engineer, or chief tech, mech tech, as it were. And you can go look at the bays and see what you've got available in your various spec bays. Anything you keep in the mech bays has an operating cost, so unless I'm actually using it, I keep it mechs in storage where they're stripped out of equipment. And you can see I've got a few. These ones that have a hole in here are ready to go. I've also got a few that say have a fraction, which means I need to pick up more scrap pieces before I can actually turn those into actual useful mechs. And of course you have the components list, just a list of pieces that I've got of mechs that if I need to refit things I can. Over in engineering, that's where you upgrade your ship. Nothing special there, not really relevant to what we're doing, but you can see I've got mine completely upgraded, but that takes a little bit to get doing. Over in navigation, you can talk to your dropship pilot or look at your star map, and this is how you decide where you're going to go. I've got a travel contract available, and this is where I'm at. And I've got a travel contract available and one priority mission available. And you can see the various successor states. This is Free Worlds League, run by House Merrick over here, and the Capella Confederation, run by House Lao, and the Federated Sons, run by the Davians. But most of the time you spend out here in the periphery, either out here in the Magistracy of Canopus, or these independent planets, or most especially the Directorate of the Argurian Directorate or the Argurian Restoration. They're fighting a bit of a civil war that you're involved in. Also, you can go to the Turian Concordant, but I don't spend a lot of time over there. They're kind of jerks. Plus they don't pay so well on their contracts. At least for me anyway. Your mileage may vary. So we're going to look and see what kind. If you look at the challenge down here, that's how hard the missions are. And since we're just doing a day in the life of Gumby's Irregulars, I don't want to pick too hard a mission and get embroiled in a knockdown drag out that I can't use to demonstrate what's going on. So let's see if we can't find somebody and do some traveling. Somebody with some 3 is not too bad. So, although I probably exhausted those guys. And you can see I can't go to Compelling Confederation yet. Ooh, 5, 3. Yeah, we'll go there. And see, there's travel time of 27 days, and it cost me 90 grand in C-bills to get there. But we should be able to make that up. 27 days of travel. And we'll watch the countdown as that goes through. See, I've got a financial report. That's when my bills are due. And you can see the days advancing down here. And while you're traveling, you can have your mechs being repaired. You can have your pilots healing from injuries, that sort of thing, so that your travel time isn't just wasted travel time. So the jump ship's charging up, and it's going to make its jump now. Nearly a month of travel to get over to New Vandenberg. And here you can see how much it costs to keep all my stuff running, and the salaries of your mech warriors, and your operating costs, like the dropship operating costs. If you ever run out of money, you go bankrupt and the game is over. You're done. You can also adjust how much you spend on your folks to get a morale boost, which helps you in combat, but it's very expensive. So we're just going to accept the normal amount there. You can also save some money by going with a less amount. So we're in transit. 27 days is a pretty good road trip in Battletech. Jump ship's got to do several jumps to get there. And you can see over here, timeline is advancing on each of those days. And now we're undocked and headed to the actual planet. Days are advancing, and travel's winding down. But you owe that. Oh, and then you get a random event. In this case, we're just gonna send them some medical supplies for a 1-point medical penalty is not a big deal, especially since none of my guys are injured right now. And then we resume. There's some random things that happen when you're in transit. Most of them are not terrible. A few are not good. So let's take a look at the store at New Vandenberg, see if they've got anything we want, especially mechs. They have a Thunderbolt 5S. Now that's just 1/3 of it. You have to pay that 3 times to actually get it. And I don't have the cash to spare. That would be nearly all my money. So I'm not buying that. And nothing special on their equipment. They do an AC20++, which is a really nice thing to have. So we're going to buy that. And that's going to give us an opportunity to take a look at how some of that stuff works. On my Orion K here, we're going to refit that and use that AC20 we just got to upgrade it. So we're going to take out the AC20 we had before and put in this new AC20++, which is much nicer. Plus 50% crit bonus is really handy. So we'll confirm that. It's going to cost 4 grand and take 2 days. So, There we go. We're going to confirm that, and we'll see that over on the calendar. So now we've got the Orion work in progress of 2 days. So we're going to let that move forward because I want to use that for whatever we got going. So now we're going to negotiate a contract here. So I can't do very many contracts here, and that sucks because that's not great. So I guess we're going to fight an actual tough fight. 4 skulls is pretty tough. So let's negotiate that out. So actually, let's talk about that. So they give you an idea of what you're going to get done here. There's a pay, salvage, and reputation that needs to be negotiated for the contract. So what we're going to be doing is springing an obvious trap by the compelling confederation for these guys. So let's negotiate that. So we've got payment, salvage, and reputation bonus. If you notice, as pay goes up, salvage goes down. As salvage goes up, pay goes down. If you drop that below the max on either one, reputation goes up. So if we keep it at the defaults, we'd make 533 grand, and we'd get first 2 choices out of 8 total choices of salvage components. That's pretty decent, but we need, that's not bad because I'd like to get the 2. 323, that's not really enough because we don't get the second number is the number of salvage components that are randomly assigned. The first number is the ones you actually get to pick. So we're going to go with that because I have plenty of things that are just random, and since we're not going to get a lot more significant money, if I was strapped for cash and didn't need any salvage, you could go like this and make a lot more money. So we'll accept that contract. It's already pre-assigned to my mech warriors here. I think, considering the situation that's in on this one, we're going to change up what we're doing though. I was using the spider as a spotter. That's not a bad idea. You know what, we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll do the spider as a spotter. And we're going to save because there's a good chance that I blow up my merc company on this kind of a mission right now. So we're going to use this. We're going to have 2 Orions. I've got these are the Orion and the Highlander. I drive the Highlander personally. We're going to use these 2 are kind of LRM based. This is more direct fire based. It does have an LRM-15 though, and you use the spider for spotting. So we're going to deploy that, and let's get it done. So now, loading up. And here in just a sec we'll get some information about, a little more details about some things. Same. Our intel officer, he always has his opinion as well. And he's right, we don't know a lot about the enemy, but I've got a spider, and the mech warrior driving the spider has sensor lock, and we'll see how that comes into play, especially with my LRM boats. We're in the area, the hostile mech is sighted. Move up, try to flush out, and see what sort of trap this is. So, this is my Highlander. It's a Starlink Arrow mech, which is really hard to find, but I've got one. And if we look around the map, we can see that there are 2 objectives, both of which are destroy enemy units in this case. That's not always the case. We're going to select our spider, and we're going to make sure the spider stays out of trouble. We're going to jump, and you see when you move the 2 arrows to the side of the where you're going, that's how many evasion points you get. And if you look over here to the left of the screen, it'll show you what kind of terrain you're going to end up in. Forest provides cover, and that kind of jumping, spiders are quick, provides me with a significant amount of evasion. So this makes the spider in this situation really hard to hit. And it moves it up so just a little bit so we can see bad guys. An 80-ton vehicle, which is probably a demolisher. So we're going to sensor lock the demolisher. Sensor lock reveals it even when it's in sensor range but not in line of sight. Now we've got initiative. So there's phases to the initiative. It counts down. Generally speaking, unless your pilot is really good, you're going the heavier the mech, the lower your initiative phase is. Higher initiative phases get to go first. You can reserve a turn if you'd like to see what the enemy's doing before you make your move. So we're going to go ahead and reserve her. Since she's our light mech, she gets to go first. And by reserving, we get to react to what they're doing instead. Well, they're not going to get here anytime soon, so we'll go ahead and use her sensor locking ability on that demolisher again. And now it's enemy's turn. They have a turn on turn 3. You can see these down arrows here that who has what on what phase. Oh, it's a Shrek PPC carrier. That's even worse. So this Orion is my LRM boat. And you can see from that curved line, because of that sensor lock, he's got a line of sight on those bad guys, or he's got a LRM firing solution for those bad guys. So we're going to move him over here to keep him behind some cover. And we are going to light that Shrike up with these LRMs. He's got an LRM 20+++, which is very nice, and a couple of LRM 5++s. So, and he's got plenty of ammo for it. I kind of converted this Orion into basically like an archer with more armor. And now the enemy's got a turn. But we don't know what kind of enemy has that turn because the pips. There's only one down one for here. That's the one we can see. So Road Rash here, he's also got an LRM 15. We're going to get him. He's not in a good place. We're going to get him moving over here. He's all by himself because of the way the drop worked out. But we should be able to get an LRM shot on him anyway. Yeah, we're going to get another LRM 15 shot on the Shrek.
Lock on target.
And they've got probably moving that carrier there. No, they didn't move it at all. There's me. I'm also going to come over here. You get to do your facings too, and then you can see your arc of fire when you do that. My Highlander's also got an LRM 20. So the more you can take out without them being able to see you, the better off you are, of course. And we got it. You can see those bars. The orange is internal structure that only becomes available once you pierce the internal structure on one location. If you want to see the details of that, you have to click on the unit. Alright, so we've got reinforcements coming from over this way. And we're going to... Movement options are sprint, jump, and move. You can't fire if you sprint, but you can run further. But Highlanders are good at jumping, so we're going to jump. I need to find some actual cover here. And we're not going to find much. We're going to sprint our guys over this way. Try to get everybody joined up.
Hitting up.
Except for the spider, of course, because we need the spider to get those beautiful, beautiful sensor locks.
Engaging jump jet.
And we didn't get anything. Nothing in sensor range yet. Enemy reinforcements turn. Oh, we got a contact. So, I don't know if that's in range for a sensor lock or not.
Waiting for orders.
It is, but it's probably going to get a chance to move up and jack up our spider if we don't do something about that. So, let's jump her. Way over here.
10-4. More bandits incoming.
55 tons, 65 tons, 60 tons, 65 tons. So let's sensor lock this one. That reveals it. It's a Yager mech. Now they got the spider on sensors, but they don't have a line of sight to it yet. So they did sensor lock the spider, which is not good. It drops the evasion. Alright, spider's going to have to leave now because you can see things are not going well for her.
Internal damage.
Yeah. So let's get my LRM boat involved. Oh, we can't. We're out of the range of LRMs? That's funny, I've never seen that happen. Oh, if we're out of the range of LRMs, then let's at least... Oh, this one's not in the range of... not out of the range.
Location confirmed.
So... I can reach out and touch this one.
Here we go.
The yellow bar that comes up is their stability. You can knock a mech down, which is really nice. If you're able to knock it down, you can, of course, make its life miserable. If my spider gets out of this alive, it'll be amazing.
Internal structure damage. Good to go.
I still can't get anywhere where I've got a firing solution.
Double time.
Yeah, the spider is getting jacked up.
I'm taking internal damage.
She'll be able to get away after this, though. Still no shot, too far away. That is kind of surprising. Alright, spider's going to fly away. Maybe get out of the line of sight. And once again hit a sensor lock on somebody. Nope, no sensor lock, so we'll just brace her up.
They got a sensor lock on me. Commander.
Let's get our guys in some cover since things are probably about to get not so great.
Let's move.
Left leg destroyed. That spider's done. I can't believe they hit that shot from there.
I'm hit. Waiting for order.
Evasive and cover for him. And they got it.
Wounded.
again. Even if they get the spider though, it's going to be alright. Which that'll probably get the spider right here. Oh, went for the Orion. And got almost nothing done on it. Every time your mech takes an attack, you lose 1 point of evasion. Missed those 2 PPC shots. But they put themselves into plain view now, which is going to be bad for this Wolverine. We'll see why in just a sec. So we're going to do called shots here on the Wolverine. That's how you use your morale. You spend the morale points on called shots. And we're going to fire everything to his center torso. You can see the percentage to hit over here on everything is very high. So this should pretty much all hit center torso, which may eliminate the Wolverine immediately.
Copy that.
Didn't eliminate him, but he ain't very happy.
Something good.
He's lost his evasion too. He's unsteady. When you go unsteady, you lose your evasion points. Now the Yagermech's going to come over here and try to jack up my Orion. Not too bad.
That was a big hit. Big hit.
And now my LRM boat can do its thing. You know what? We're just going to fire because they're too busy with my other Orion. So we can't finish off that Wolverine out there.
Engaging weak target.
And we didn't finish him, but we knocked him down. Pilot's injured as well. Knockdowns injure the pilot and allow you to make called shots. It also knocks the person who got knocked down back on one initiative turn. Something we might see soon from this guy.
Reporting. Heavy damage.
Oh, well, Iron can stand up now. Let's see if we can. She's lost half her jump jets, but they're probably not too concerned about her, really.
Copy that.
So what we will do is sensor lock up the Jagermech.
Got a lot.
And now I should be able to get my Gauss rifle and LRMs involved. And ruin his day. CT destroyed, so Wolverine's done. That increases the morale too, which is nice.
Reading you.
See if we can't get her up here to make her at least a distraction.
Damn it! My mech is lifting.
That's because you got shot up. Sensor lock up that one again.
I've got a sensor lock.
That way you won't be able to use any evasion points. Yeah, catapults with 2 PPCs, that's going to be bad news.
Friendly unit destroyed.
Like that.
Let's do this.
Let's see, we want to get somewhere where we can get both the LRMs and the AC-20 effectively on that Jagermech there, and stay in cover. So let's use another one of our precision strikes on him. 18% to hit there, 69% to hit the torso there. That's what we want to go with right there.
Firing all weapons.
And the AC-20 missed, with a 95% chance to hit. The AC-20 completely whiffed. That's fantastic. Another Jagermech. The second line here is the heat level, which is also not good. Plus he got knocked in the head. Alright, so
Standing by.
let's see if we can get some LRMs on those guys to make our day a little better here. Because things are not going well here. Well, maybe get some left torso action on it. The left torso is exposed. Alright, AC ammo gone.
Critical hit, Commander.
That'll jack him up. I don't see how he survived that. Should have been knocked down, but what are you gonna do? Alright. Probably need to start moving my guys in. Really need to get that Jagermech down. And if we try to do a called shot again, what does that look like? 82%? Let's do it. Let's take him out. Missed on the Gauss rifle. Well, that was just waste. But at least we knocked him down. Pilot's injured again. So that's good. Problem is my Orion's in bad trouble now. Yeah, he's gonna take a knockdown too.
I'm going to need a medic. Waiting for order.
That sucks. I don't have a line of sight on anybody. Knocking down my Orion eliminated my spotter. And the Orion may not survive all this silliness about to happen to him. I guess they've decided to ignore the one they knocked down for a minute. Well, crap.
Armor blow through. Eternal damage.
If I jump, I can get to where I have line of sight. So we're shooting him in the back with everything we got. And that'll get it. That's what he gets for running away, or trying to run away. And Now we can get our Orion back up.
I am back up.
See if we can't get in the face of this catapult. Gonna not fire the LRM. You can see our heat gauge over here is not great either. Another miss of the AC-20. That's freaking phenomenal. The catapult's going for a physical attack probably. Nope, he's decided to take some shots at the Highlander. That was a mistake on his part.
Commander.
Alright, so you can see the yellow bar there means he's in range for physical attack. We're going to go over here and hit him from behind with a physical attack.
Copy that.
Or not. Well, okay. So, let's try a called shot on this one's. 69%, 18%. I guess we'll go for that. That's going to do a lot of heat damage to our mech. Let's don't do that. Let's just shoot the AC-20.
Target locked in.
Well, that was worth it. Got his autocannons greatly reduced. Taking some hits.
Blown past my armor. Yes, Commander.
Alright. Let's get our LRM boat into a good spot for knocking a hole in this one.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
Oh, so much LRM. And he's about to get some Gauss rifle too, so that should probably knock him down. I'll even get some cover here. Oh, he's in trouble. He just don't know it yet. Let's precision strike him and take him out. That might even get him all the way. Yep. Now it leaves one sad little catapult, who's inside the minimum range for his PPCs. Alright, we're going to hit the physical attack this time. The heat's too high on my Orion to do much else. So his structure is exposed from the back.
Commander.
I'm not even going to bother moving him.
Taking the shot.
And this will probably put him on the ground. Yep. He's in bad shape. Oh, he got up. He must have very great initiative for his pilot. What he's planning on doing here, though, is very close to minimum. He'd probably shoot at my LRM boat. Nope. Shoot at the one that's the biggest and toughest. That's what I would do.
Good to go.
Let's get over here and get inside his rear arc with an AC-20. Inside his rear arc, his rear torso armor is gone in the middle, and we don't have any heat problems. Might as well fire the LRM even though we're inside its minimums because we're right there behind him. AC-20 to the center torso.
Enemy down.
And we got him.
Mission successful.
Alright, so that's good. Everybody likes a successful mission, so let's get paid. $500,000. Injured for 60 days, the spider pilot. Everybody else is okay. Orion's a little beat up, we'll have to repair that. So we get to get our pick of the salvage. And looks like there's some pretty decent stuff here. There's a targeting computer, which is not too bad. Just weighs some extra tonnage that I probably would rather use for something else. But see, we have 2 out of 3. So when I get the Jaeger mech here, that'll give me a complete Jaeger mech once Yang gets finished doing his thing. And PPC++, I guess that'd be the next best thing to take. We're going to get some other stuff too, because that was the way the contract was negotiated, if you recall. 6 additional pieces of salvage, plus what we chose. So this is the total salvage. We get the targeting computer anyway. And continue up. It'll take us back to the Argus. And that Jaeger mech's ready to go. So, we can see in our timeline over here, now we have Iron out of action for 59 days. That's what she gets for being a terrible spider pilot. So if we go to the bays, let's get this stuff fixed. So the Orion, clearly we're just going to repair it. It's good. It's going to cost 21,000 C-bills and take a few days. Spider, on the other hand, needs a whole refit. It's a mess. Oh my gosh, is it ever a mess. Well, they're that badly damaged. You know what, I really like Spider. I don't have... Let's see how bad this is going to be if I replace everything on the Spider. Jump jet. Jump jet. Jump jet. Jump jet. Filter these out by just what we care about here. And just regular medium lasers, not going to waste any of my nice ones on the Spider. It kind of gets beat up a lot. And let's see how much that's going to cost to do. That'll be 213,000. I couldn't replace the Spider for that, so well, we'll go ahead and confirm it. Yeah, you can only work on one mech at a time, so you'll see over here it kind of staggers it up. Even though it was going to be 6 days to repair the Spider, because the Orion goes first, the Spider is actually 7 days. And then we have the financial report due in 11 days. Iron's out of action for 60 days. That's why we have more than one mech warrior though. I'm just glad she survived. She's kind of hard to find somebody with sensor lock skill. But I've got other pilots available. And let's see if... well, obviously I didn't. Here's where you can improve their skills. Road Rash probably has something to improve. Gunnery skill, which is pretty straightforward. So is piloting skill, and you can see when you check them, if I confirm that, it'll get those skills there, those additions. -2 indirect fire penalty for tactics though. That's probably what we're going to do. +1 health on the guts is not bad either. We're going to go with the -2 indirect fire penalty though, and it's -45 meter minimum range is really good, so we wouldn't give him that. And there we go. We live to fight another day. So that's pretty decent. And that's a day in the life of Gumby's Irregulars. Y'all got any questions about that, give me a holler. I'll be happy to answer them for you.